Benefits and harms of tomatoes, how to choose and consume them. At first glance, tomatoes seem like the most harmless vegetable on our table, but it's not that simple. In this video, we'll tell you who benefits from tomatoes, whether there can be harm from them, how to choose and store them. And at the end of the video, we'll discuss the potential harm of tomatoes. So watch the video to the end if you want to learn about it. The benefits of tomatoes. 3 key properties. Tomatoes are a low-calorie food rich in beneficial substances such as lycopene, vitamin C and K, potassium, and folic acid. In 100 grams of tomatoes, there are only 18 calories, with 0.88 grams of protein, 0.2 grams of fat, and 2.69 grams of carbohydrates. They support cardiovascular health, skin health, and provide antioxidants to the body. Tomatoes contain fiber, which is good for digestion, as well as potassium and magnesium, essential for cardiovascular health. Here's the first benefit. 1. Supports heart health. Research among middle-aged men has shown a connection between low levels of lycopene and beta-carotene in the blood and an increased risk of cardiovascular diseases. These carotenoids also help fight inflammation and oxidative stress, protect the inner layer of blood vessels, and can reduce the risk of excessive blood clotting. Consuming lycopene also normalizes bad cholesterol levels. Fiber, potassium, vitamin C, and choline found in tomatoes also contribute to heart health. Increasing potassium intake while reducing sodium intake can lower the risk of cardiovascular diseases. Folic acid in tomatoes helps balance homocysteine levels, which can otherwise lead to heart and vascular diseases. 2. Improves skin health. Lycopene and other plant compounds abundant in tomatoes can protect the skin from sunburn. In a study, people who consumed around 40 grams of tomato paste with olive oil containing 16 milligrams of lycopene daily for 10 weeks had 40% fewer sunburns. Tomatoes are also rich in vitamin C, which promotes collagen production, improving the appearance of hair, skin, and nails. Vitamin C acts as a potent antioxidant, reducing the harm from sunlight and poor environmental conditions. 3. Contains many beneficial substances. Tomatoes are a good source of fiber, with about 1.5 grams in an average-sized tomato. They are low in carbohydrates, mostly consisting of simple sugars and insoluble fibers. Tomatoes enrich the body with vitamin C, 28% of the daily requirement, which enhances the immune system, skin health, and acts as a natural antioxidant. Potassium helps maintain normal blood pressure. Vitamin K1 is involved in blood clotting and bone health, and folic acid is essential for tissue growth and cell function. Regular consumption of tomato juice, due to its lycopene content, can help reduce blood thickness, which is undoubtedly benefit. Can tomatoes be harmful? There is no reason for a generally healthy person to fear tomatoes. However, some studies suggest that people with gout may experience more flare-ups when consuming large amounts of tomatoes. They can also trigger heartburn in individuals with GERD, gastroesophageal reflux disease. Some tomato varieties may contain more histamine than others, so individuals sensitive to histamine should consult a doctor before consuming tomatoes. And, of course, if you have a tomato allergy, be cautious with them. How to choose and store tomatoes. Rosca Chestva recommends choosing tomatoes that are moderately soft with bright skin, a green stem, and a characteristic aroma. Avoid tomatoes with green spots, burns, or damage. It's best to store tomatoes at room temperature. Prolonged refrigeration can make their texture mealy. If your tomatoes aren't ripe yet, place them in a paper bag with a banana or leave them on the windowsill upside down. This will help them ripen faster. How to eat tomatoes fresh, green, and canned. Tomatoes are beneficial to consume in any form. Fresh tomatoes have more vitamin C than thermally processed ones, but this difference is not significant. However, antioxidants in tomatoes, such as lycopene and beta-carotene, become more bioactive during canning and thermal processing. If you want more of these antioxidants, go for tomato paste. Eat a diverse and colorful diet. Choose different types and varieties of tomatoes. And remember the principles of proper nutrition. Are canned tomatoes healthy? During fermentation in tomatoes, probiotics are produced, which improve the condition of the gut microbiota. Therefore, Fermented tomatoes are particularly beneficial. Are sun-dried tomatoes healthy? Sun-dried tomatoes are devoid of moisture but retain all the beneficial properties of regular tomatoes. They are an excellent source of fiber. 100 grams of sun-dried tomatoes contain nearly a full daily recommended intake of vitamin C for women and almost half of this for men. However, keep in mind that they are higher in calories than fresh tomatoes, with 258 calories per 100 grams. Feel free to enjoy pickled, sun-dried, and marinated tomatoes if there are no contraindications. Try sun-dried tomatoes with herbs and oil, or crushed tomatoes with basil. Can you eat green tomatoes? Contrary to myths, unripe tomatoes are not harmful to the body, as recent research has shown. However, they may not taste as good. Recipes with tomatoes in cooking. Tomatoes complement a variety of dishes. Prepare them using tried-and-true recipes. For breakfast, ciabatta toasts with tomato and bean salsa, broccoli and cherry tomato omelette, or classic shakshuka in a skillet. For lunch, fish patties in tomato cream sauce, Andalusian gazpacho salmorejo, or ratatouille. For a hearty snack, tomato steaks with spicy salsa or a Mediterranean-style salad. For dinner, pasta with roasted tomatoes and stracciatella cheese, Greek moussaka, or burrata and bikini tomatoes caprese. Harmful aspects of tomatoes. According to an environmental organization study, tomatoes rank 12th in the list of fruits and vegetables with the highest pesticide residues. As they ripen, tomatoes release a gaseous hormone called ethylene. Fruits grown on an industrial scale are harvested and transported while still green. To give them a red color, they are artificially sprayed with ethylene gas. This hinders the development of their natural aroma and can affect their taste. If you happen to purchase unripe tomatoes, you can speed up the ripening process by wrapping them in a newspaper and keeping them at room temperature for a few days. However, it's best to buy tomatoes from trusted suppliers and wash them thoroughly before consumption. If you are taking beta blockers, which can lead to elevated potassium levels, you should consume tomatoes in limited quantities as they are high in this mineral. People with kidney problems should also avoid excessive tomato consumption, as an excess of potassium can have serious consequences.